Hi guys, welcome back to Sacred Shifts and how to navigate them. So before I started, I was getting like, there's one other thing. Sit with your inner teen, like the anger, the inner angry teen, who's kind of like fighting the power, right? But I feel like, yeah, like fighting being chained or being told what to do. And I feel like a lot of our parents didn't like they didn't have the tools to like see us as children. So a lot of our parents were just like going through the motions, right? They were and I feel like they may have like broken your self-trust, um not like intentionally, but like while you're growing up, and now you're learning to trust yourself, right? It's because this says, bitch, trust yourself, and write it down, boo. So Spirit is dropping some downloads you need to write down. And I feel like you're really learning how to sing your own song and feel secure in singing your own song and putting yourself out there, right? And I keep seeing like this, like mad teenager, arms crossed, legs crossed, like just sitting there mad, feeling unseen, right? And I feel like you're being called to drop this bitterness, this anger, this resent, and really begin seeing yourself, begin seeing that inner teenager, and then like sitting with them, asking them like, bro, this is going to be magical as hell. I'm not even joking. This is going to help you to heal a lot of pain, right? Because your inner teen is angry. I'm saying angry, and bitter, and they want to feel seen, right? They want to feel heard. So like maybe give your yeah, they feel bored, man. They feel like rah, right? Like love could never be theirs. They're just really in this lack mindset, right? They're like angry. I keep hearing angry and bitter. So I feel like you're being called to like see them. Be like, yeah, it wasn't fair your parents didn't let you go to that party with whoever, with Sarah. Oh no, it wasn't. Yeah, I feel like you're really being called to like balance how you're feeling. Yeah, this tower because you're feeling angry, right? You're feeling this angry inner teen, and they want to fight. They want to pull out a sword, bro. No, but you are being called to like really find balance in your creativity, in your confidence, in your higher heart chakra, in your throat chakra. Really like find balance amongst those things, but give them a place to be mad. Maybe write it down. Maybe burn it because there's fire in this tarot. This tower card. Yeah, I feel like you are being called to stand on, I heard authenticity, but creative business. Do something creative to get like this anger, right? All of this and this negativity. I feel like you've been able to feel this envy, jealousy, negativity all your life, and you've never really been able to put words to it, or it felt wrong to put words to it because it's in reference to your parental figures. Like, no, I don't want to be like they raised me, whatever. I feel like you are being called to put pen to paper is what I heard. Just like be angry at your parents for not doing it the way that you thought they should, right? That's really going to help you to like climb these stairs. I feel like let your inner teen be angry and like stop binding yourself to who you think you should be, or who they think you should be. This could also be a big part of it, is you not being yourself or who authentic to who you want to be because you were scared of what others would think of who you were being. So you're being called to let that go and just be, right? Really grounded, right? Be really grounded in who you want to be, and fuck whoever anybody else thinks you should be, right? That's not their decision, it's yours. I feel like they may have kept you like working against yourself, juggling your own self-worth, thinking that you weren't meant to be this leader, thinking that you weren't magical, that you couldn't do these things, right? Because like I feel like parental figures may have like unintentionally squashed who you were becoming. Like they had their parents do it to them, 4, 5, 6 on the timer, and their parents did it to them, and their parents did it to them, right? Does it make it okay? Does it make it? No, it doesn't. It just means, like, that you're being called to do healing that they weren't willing to do. Do you think they sat with their inner teenagers or looked at their inner teenagers? Hell no. They still don't look at their inner teenagers. But you are being called to, like, really creatively incorporate creativity into healing this, right? So it could be writing. It could be drawing. You know what I've always wanted to draw, you guys? And honestly, I think everybody should probably draw it because it would be cool. It would probably be very healing, right? I've always wanted to draw, like, this little girl's face behind a woman's face, right? This is, like, representing my inner child. And the woman is just sitting there, like, fine, right? You can't see anything. And the inner child in her is screaming. She's like, "Rah!" Right? And I want it to, like, be behind that, I don't know, to signify, like, how most adults are. So yeah, maybe draw that. If you're good at drawing, I'm going to get there one day. But I do feel like you have a lot of balance coming in because, like, the web that you have been weaving is now coming to fruition. I meant, but whatever. So you do have something coming to fruition. You've been working on it for a very long time, meticulously so, right? Spirit's bringing in some stability, some structure, some safety. And maybe that is just like you feeling at home in your body, you releasing yourself from judgment, right? You seeing yourself clearly. Yeah, and really just, like, sit with them and be like, you know, it wasn't fair that you had to be an adult. Yeah, that you had to be an adult. That you had to just, like, 654 on the timer. You just had to be an adult, a little grown up, right? Dude, process, doesn't matter. You had to be a little grown up. You had to take care of your siblings, maybe. You had to take care of a lot, right? And you weren't really seen for the fact that you were still transforming. You were still growing. You still didn't know what you were doing. I feel like your inner teen wants to be seen. Yeah, and you're being called to, like, let go of control. I heard close the cycle of self-doubt, and on the back we've got the comic. So you might have used, like, humor to get out of trouble a lot. I guess we've got the comic that was just chilling on the floor. My cat's knocked it over, and there's a little cat on there. How funny. And then we've got the Ace of Pentacles. So I feel like you are, look at all this growth. Someone chopped you down, and you're still growing, bro. Right? But this is, like, creativity. And there's a little bit of yellow in there, too. So being confident in what you're creating and who you're becoming, right? I heard because you're beautifully becoming. And I feel like you're learning how to handle your emotions, like, really, like, play with your magic, right? Yeah, how to handle your emotions, bro. How to get into your heart, how to, like, allow that to lead you. How to throw a fireball. No, I'm just kidding. 44 may be significant because I'm looking down and seeing 44. Yeah, you are being called to, like, recognize, like, there's a reason you've been giving people keys to the memories, is what I heard. Weird. You may be unlocking things for people that they, like, you, in healing yourself, you're, like, showing others, like, hey, they too hold keys. Right? They can speak to the birds, the bees, the trees. They can speak to their pain and really transform these emotions, right? I feel like you're showing people, and these cups look identical, literally. So that's what that's giving me. I feel like you're showing people how you got into your heart. See how that's, like, where his heart would be, you would think. How you got into your heart, and now you're confidently shining. Confidently shining has been a big download, too. And they keep dropping stuff off the bottom of the deck. I feel like you're letting go of any quick energy that wants to come in and kind of, like, I heard, damage your transformation. So there's a lot of distractions coming in because people don't like that you're seeing yourself clearly and you're no longer controllable. Tough titty, said the kitty. And the milk was all gone. You're chasing your sunshine and you're letting go of anybody that causes this energy. You chasing you. Ooh. All right, let's get an oracle. Yeah, anybody that makes you